Okay, let's do problem number 14. Kannan Limited was liquidated on 31st March 2015. This is the balance sheet as on 31st March 2015. So here it says assets realized as follows. So land and building for rupees 55,000, stock for rupees 20,000, plant and machinery for 25,000. Half of the debtors were bad and the balance realized for 60% of book value. So here 70,000 is in balance sheet. In that half were bad debts. So remaining half only 60% was able by liquidator to realize. So that 60% we need to take from 35,000. And here it says liquidator was entitled to a commission of 3% on amount realized other than cash. It says other than cash. So liquidator is getting commission of 3% on amount realized and 2% on amount paid to unsecured creditors. And the next point is about preferential creditors. So here preferential creditors amounted to rupees 10,000 included in sundry creditors. Okay, the total sundry creditor is 80,000. In that 10,000 belongs to preferential creditors, and the liquidation expenses amounted to 970. So the liquidation expenses was 970. Let's start doing problem. So let's start on receipt side. So on receipt side, and this is payment. We have cash in hand, ₹5,000, and assets realized. Land and building, was 55,000. Stock 20,000. Plant and machinery 25,000. And half of the debtor, it says. So out of 35,000, half means 35,000, only 60%. Okay, 60% of 35,000 comes to 21,000. Yes. And on the payment side, so according to order, first we need to pay to secured creditor, that is mortgage loan 50,000. After that, pay towards liquidation expenses, that is 970. Then liquidator remuneration, so it says 3% on amount realized. So as per point, I already explained you about what to take when it says amount realized. So let's do working note on remuneration. Working note number 1, it's on liquidator remuneration. Okay, so here we need to take on total realized amount other than cash. So land and building, after paying secured creditor, the surplus is 5,000 that we need to take. Okay, because it was mortgaged, the sundry mortgage loan was mortgaged against land and building. So after paying secured creditors, the balance left is 5,000. That surplus we need to take. Then stock, we have 20,000. Plant and machinery, it's 25,000. And debtors, it's 21,000. Okay, so let's see how much total we are getting. 5,000, 20,000, 25,000 and 21,000. So on this we need to take 3%. So let's see, that is 71,000. So 3% on this is 2,130 rupees. Okay, and it says 2% on unsecured, on the amount paid to unsecured creditors. Okay, 2% on amount paid to unsecured creditors. Okay, so before that, let's see how much balance is available for making payment to unsecured creditors. So let's see the total on receipt side: 5,000, 55,000, 20,000, 25,000 and 21,000. So on total, on receipt side, the total balance is 1,26,000. So out of 1,26,000, straight away we are paying it to for loan, minus 1,26,000 minus 50,000. Still there is a balance of 76,000. From 76,000 clear towards liquidation expenses, that is 970. After clearing liquidation expenses, we have remuneration, that is 2130. So we have 72,900. Okay, after paying these three, the left balance is 72,900. So according to order, we need to pay debenture holders first. Whatever balance is there, that we need to clear towards debenture. But there is one exception here. If you see, we don't have any balance to pay to preferential creditors. Who are these preferential creditors? Usually, if any amount is due to government or taxes or towards any employees, that will all come under preferential creditors. So there is no any balance left to clear for preferential creditors. In such case, before paying debentures, we need to pay some amount to preferential creditors. Okay, only in that case, when we don't have balance to make payment to preferential creditors, in that case only we are going to first pay the preferential creditors, then the remaining amount has to be paid to debenture holders. So here we have only 72,900 left. So debenture, we need to pay debenture 1 lakh rupees. So straight away it will go to debentures, but there is no balance left for preferential creditors. So in such case we have to pay first to preferential creditors, and then remaining balance to be cleared towards debenture holders. So here preferential creditors, how much? 10,000. Okay. So remaining amount after paying we can pay to debenture holder. And one more thing, here it says 2%, sorry, 2% has to be paid on unsecured creditors. So how much unsecured creditors we have here? It's 10,000. So I already explained you in the point, for remuneration preferential creditors are treated as unsecured creditor for calculation of liquidator remuneration. So 2% on 10,000, it's 200. Okay. So here after paying 200, the remaining balance will be 62,700 for making payment to debentures. So 50,000 plus 970 plus 2130 plus 200 plus 10,000 minus 1,26,000, 62,700. 62,700 is the balance available to make payment towards debentures. Okay. So note number 1, for calculation of liquidator remuneration, preferential creditors are treated as unsecured creditors. Okay. And note 2, when or in case when the available balance towards making payment to preferential creditor is insufficient in such case only payment has to be discharged first towards preferential holders, preferential creditors. Then debenture holders. Okay, so please make a note of these 2 points. It's already mentioned in those 11 points, but still. So here, if the balance available to make but if the balance is sufficient, in that case we need to follow that order. Otherwise, make payment to preferential creditors, then the remaining balance has to be cleared towards debenture holders.